truly original film. I do enjoy a lot because the film is so funny. I'm not sure if it is called funny or sarcastic, and then it's bitchy at times. And I really like it. And I think it is so not typical Malaysian movies, because for what we have seen is quite. When we talk about Malaysian movies, we always think of like Yeo Joon Han, or maybe James Lee, or maybe some other directors. They made a typical kind of festival film. This one is not really that kind of arty. It has the art sense, but it's not the kind of, the pacing is different, totally different. So I just want to say, to ask, how come you have the idea of mixing like the reality show and the musical together, and then to bring up something that's so new?
Actually, I didn't really think about these things.
So you enjoy reality show?
I actually know.
No, that's why you criticize it.
Yeah, because I often watch TV or hear my friends tell me about reality shows, and you have people voting on very sometimes very, very subjective things, and they are not skilled, or they are not in a position to judge. But so the wrong people, the people, not necessarily the people with the greatest talent, get to the top, win the reality shows, just because they have more friends, or they are more popular, but they're not necessarily more talented. Sometimes I get a little annoyed when I hear about these things.
So you don't like reality show, but how about karaoke?
Oh, I love karaoke.
That's why a lot of songs. So in terms of the songs, then do you have any ideas to give to the writers to write the songs, or you just pick someone that you like?
I wrote the songs myself because we didn't have money for a composer. Yeah, and they're not very serious songs because I didn't want to make a big, grand musical, just something that's silly. That's really silly, and the songs are just silly songs to me. Yeah. And it's all supposed to make you feel that not supposed to make you think that you're not supposed to take this film too seriously. In that sense, everyone. I think there's a bad joke about everything, about everyone in there. So if you really take it seriously, then you're gonna really hate this film.
Actually, if any one of you have any questions, then please feel free to ask. Yeah, before. Yeah, hoping.
Hey, hi. I believe this film centers around death or dying. Even your first short film is about dying, right? About a young boy who died. A lot of people say that Chinese are afraid of talking about death or dying. So why you make this film about this topic? Aren't you afraid that you will offend the Chinese in Malaysia or attract bad publicity? That's my question. Thank you.
I have to say, I didn't realize, I didn't know that, so I did this out of ignorance. But I think death is a natural part of life, of the cycle, and it's also when we recognize that there is death at the end that we know how to live life. So without confronting death directly like this, we will always be living life on the wrong terms. If it's not just about death, right? I mean, there are things in here that would offend everybody. So if I'm going to offend anyone, just have a go at it, the whole thing. Yeah.
Talking about the short film, there is actually a kind of similarity between Adults Only and this one. Is the way that the characters will look directly to the camera. So how would you like this kind of presentation, or why is that? Why from the short film and your feature, then that you have this kind of shot?
For the short film, there was just no other way to do that, because it's almost documentary or almost like a commercial. speaking to the camera because they're saying things that are unreal, but I got to make it look as real as possible. Did I do that on the cellar?
When they sing, sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
As far as I remember.
Could be in the TV shows, yeah. But, well, you know, I'm deeply, deeply influenced by Woody Allen. You know, he does that all the time. I'm waiting to just see the film. No, I haven't. I'm just dying to see that. Yeah. So I don't. I'm not a graduate of film school. I didn't have any formal film training. So I kind of ignore most of the rules. Out of ignorance, I try my best, but if I feel like doing something and I think I, as an audience, wouldn't mind that, then I would do that. So.
如果觀眾有問題問都可以隨便係。
I actually have 3 questions. I hope that's okay. Yeah.
One by one.
Okay, the first one is, why did you choose musical as an expression? Is that something you did to enhance the message, or is that something that it was something that you really wanted to do, like a musical? Okay.
I've got friends here who know me from way back, and yeah, they know that I'm pretty crazy about musicals. so yeah, that's a problem. The other thing is, again, you know, this kind of musical is not like Chicago or West Side Story. It's not serious and really artistic kind of musical. It's almost Monty Python-esque in the sense that it's silly. It's just silly. I love music. I love songs, and most films, especially commercial films, have passages where it's just, you know, it's underscored music and it's montage of sequences. So I thought, well, instead of doing that, why not just have people sing? I'm entitled to my 5 sequences, and then why not make the most of it? Use the songs to express something. But at the same time, I'm very, very aware that people avoid musicals like the plague. Even he wouldn't go to a musical. So I try not to tell people it's a musical. On the other hand, I find that why people switch off, why people are turned off by musicals is that when music comes on, when they start singing, people just tend to, you know, listen to it like a song and ignore what is going on screen. The story doesn't continue, no new information is given. These are some kind of musicals, but of course the good musicals don't do that. They do much more than that. So what I try to do here, as you can see, is I kick you in the face. I close the door and I said, you know, look, the song is stopped halfway. So we tried our best to do something different with every song, so that, you know, you will pay attention during the songs. Yeah. That doesn't answer your question.
No, it does. And my second question is, in a film, it always talk about dream, and then on the other hand, there is commercial consideration. So I'm wondering for you, in this film as the director, in order to fulfill your dreams and to balance the commercial consideration, how did you, you know, get through the balance yourself?